Rajinikanth Mania returns to the silver screen with his latest movie Darbar hitting the theatres today. The action thriller film is written and directed by A.R. Murugadoss and also stars Sunil Shetty among others. Rajinikanth essays the role of a cop in this film. Let me go across to our reporters joining us on ground. I have Jawahar joining us from Matunga in Mumbai and Pramod joining us from Chennai. Good morning to both of you. Let me first begin by going to Pramod, who's joining us from Chennai. But remember, we've always seen the kind of enthusiasm and excitement on ground when it comes to Thalaivar's films. Today, Pramod, in Chennai, what is the mood like? Darbar releases today. What is the excitement on ground?
Well, we're at Kashi Theatre right now, and this is one of the theatres, as you might know, is very well known for, Rajinikanth releases. And here also, like I said, this might look very calm right now because all the fans were causing a lot of hangama outside are right now watching the movie. The first show was by 8 o'clock in the morning, and this is the first time Rajinikanth is pairing with A.R. Murugadoss. In fact, there was, he also mentioned earlier that the first time when the director shot this movie called as Ramana, that time itself Rajinikanth wanted to actually do a movie with A.R. Murugadoss, and they had to wait for 15 years for this program as well. In fact, I have a couple of fans with us. You watched the movie earlier, so how was the movie now?
Yeah, typical Rajini film. It was so unrealistic fights and exaggeration, and it was nice. It's a treat for Rajini fans, obviously. But yeah, the generation has been changing, so we need to move from unrealistic fights to realistic things and good stories. I think Rajini's biopic would be more realistic, I think. Yeah, obviously, he cannot so realistic. From this generation are changing, so they expect more story-based scripts. But these stories are unrealistic, so fights can be more improved.
So it seems like once again a transition of Rajinikanth to Rajinism from Kala and Kabali is actually having a little bit of pairing here. But he's also adorning the role of a police officer after 28 years. How has he performed the role?
Yeah, he has done his part absolutely well. But what my point is, if a policeman, it must be realistic. A policeman can't shoot anyone as he thinks. No, it must be realistic. So that's not the point which is happening. So yeah, as I don't like obviously that role because it must be more realistic. That's my point is. But everything other than that, everything was fabulous.
Wonderful reviews. So what do you think about the movie?
First of all, it was a out and out Thalaivar's Pongal, and it is going to be a huge collection hit. I can guarantee you that. And the excitement you could have been a bit more early so that you could have seen the entire celebration which was organized over here, so that you would have got the glimpse of what it is like to watch a movie in Thalaivar's fort, Kasi here. First half and second half, everything was a typical Rajini's movie, and this is a commercial movie, not much of a script-oriented thing. It is more of a commercial nature, and it is realistic, and except for few fights here and there, that's it, nothing more than that.
That's great, actually. So I have two people who have very wonderful reviews. One looking for realism because reality, because Rajini is also known for various roles where he can adorn and he can be a common man, but at the same time there is also something called as Rajiniism, where a certain portion of his fans wants him to be out of bigger than a reality, and that's the reason you could see he's actually holding a samurai sword as a police officer. It's almost claiming that he's a bad police officer, or could be someone who is employing actually illegal measures to make sure that common people are living well or something like that. So that's the reason I could see such a reflection between these two fans itself. One wants a reality, who's looking for a reality and this movie script, and the other one who's actually praising. In fact, you want to add something more?
I want to say, go watch it by yourself. Let you people go watch it and decide on.
Wonderful. So I have the yin and yang here itself, and that's how Rajini fans are. Everybody comes together to watch the movie, and this is a fort of Rajinikanth when it comes to movie release. Kashi Theatre. I also have to mention that the banners, after the prohibition, they have made sure that they will not cause any harm to the public. The banners are placed in such way that most of them are facing inside the theatre, and that way those laws are also been properly followed here.
All right, Pramod, request you to stay with us. Those were very interesting voices that you got for us. It is one thing is very clear, the Rajni magic is back, and the styles of Rajinikanth we've seen over the years is definitely going to play a huge part. Let me quickly go across to my colleague Jawahar, who's joining us from Mumbai. Jawahar, you were just hearing some of the reactions from Chennai. Of course, there's a lot of excitement on ground in Chennai, which has always been the case. Tell us, what is the scene in Mumbai? You've been joined by a lot of fans yourself. Tell us what they feel about it.
Yes, Apur, like you can see here, there are a lot of fans here who have been enjoying the film right from the morning. The first show that started at 6 o'clock, that's the reason the theatre is very calm now. We'll have a word with some of the fans who are here and just get their reactions. What do they feel about the film, which is nothing less than a festival. Sir, what are your views of the film, sir?
सर आज का दिन है सही बोलना बोले तो पोंगल का और 3-4 डेज है लेकिन आज ही पोंगल हो गया हमको पिक्चर इतना अच्छा है तो मैं बादशाह दे गया तो बादशाह का बाप बन गया इतना अच्छा है लोगों को बहुत एंटरटेनमेंट है और सेंटीमेंट है 5 मिनट का सबके भी रुला डालते हैं बाद में पिक्चर इतना फास्ट जा रहा है बहुत अभी
क्या लगता है आपको अभी जैसे रजनीकांत को कई सालों के बाद लोगों ने एज अ पुलिस ऑफिसर देखा इस फिल्म में तो उसके बारे में आप क्या बोलना चाहेंगे
सब हमें वही बोल रहे हैं ना वो टाइम में 3 पिक्चर किए 3 पिक्चर के बाद में ये पिक्चर देगा तो टोटली डिफरेंट है और एक पॉइंट क्या है एक पिक्चर करते करते एज कम होते जा रहे हैं
अच्छा now we are joined by Adibulam who is the head of the fans association and who's been heading this association for the last 20 to 22 years. Let's have a word with him. Adibulam, आप बताएंगे आप बहुत बड़े फैन हैं कई सालों से ये पूरा संगठन को चला रहे इस फिल्म के बारे में आज क्या माहौल था क्या लग रहा है
सर अभी हम लोग का 31 ईयर्स हो गया है महाराष्ट्र रजनी मक्कल नलमंडलम करके अभी हर पिक्चर को हम लोग जो सेलिब्रेशन कर रहे हैं जो इसका पहला जो पिक्चर तो सेलिब्रेशन किया उससे भी ये पिक्चर का थोड़ा ज़्यादा भी हम लोग को ज़्यादा खुश हो रहा है जो बादशाह पिक्चर पैटर तक जो हुआ वो खुशी से भी ज़्यादा ये खुशी हो रहा है मतलब उतना एंटरटेनमेंट मतलब
अच्छा कुछ दिनों में पोंगल मनाया जाएगा हर जगह पे मुंबई में खासकर तमिल भाषियों के लिए और आपको क्या लगता है उसी समय पे फिल्म भी रिलीज हुआ है तो आप दोनों को कैसा देखते हैं
मतलब जो हम लोग को वर्ल्ड वाइड तमिल पब्लिक को एक ही फेस्टिवल है पोंगल ऐसे ही हम लोग को जो पब्लिक को फैंस लोग का एक ही फेस्टिवल है कि तलैवा का पिक्चर ये दोनों यही चाहता हूँ हम लोग को 10 पोंगल 1000 पोंगल 1000 दीपावली ये सब पूरा मिला के एक ही साथ में आएगा तो कितना खुश होएगा उतना खुशी अभी मतलब लग रहा है बदन
So like Apurva, you can see, when we are speaking to the fans, they're talking about the festival Pongal and how important it is, for a film to release during Pongal.
Absolutely.
Let's have a word with one of the female fans and get her views on it. आप क्या बोलना चाहेंगे फिल्म आज रिलीज हो रहा है
तो अर्ली मॉर्निंग हम लोग आए थे इधर सेलिब्रेशन करने के लिए एक्चुअली हम लोग बोलेंगे तो टुडे वी सेलिब्रेटेड एडवांस पोंगल अब तमिल लोग का मेन फेस्टिवल इज़ अ पोंगल तो इसलिए सेलिब्रेट किया है और सेलिब्रेशन अच्छा था एंड मेनी वेर गैदर्ड हियर
So Apurva, like you can see, they are comparing Pongal, which is the biggest festival for Tamilians, with the release of Rajinikanth's film. And the way they have been celebrating right from the morning, the first show started at 6, which is actually unheard of in most of the parts of the film and many of the films. So the first show started at 6, and before that the celebrations were on. And throughout the day the film is going to be there, and the celebrations will continue. Because the calm we are seeing now is because of the film that is running inside, and most of the people are still inside the theatre having a look at the film. Back to you, Apurva.
Absolutely, and these were some of the early watchers there, as they rightly pointed out. They went to watch the movies, early risers, and as they said, that Pongal is of course just today because Darbar has released. Let me quickly go across to my colleague Pramod, who's still with us, getting us those voices from Chennai as well. Pramod, this is important because, a lot of people have said that they wanted to see Rajni in a cop role again. This is after 25 years, after his last movie in 1992, Pandian. We're looking at Rajinikanth essaying the role of a cop. Now, every time in Chennai, we've seen long lines. There is milk abhishekam that happens. This time around, what were the different things that happened to celebrate in anticipation for the movie Darbar? Pramod, if you can hear us.
Yes, Apurva.
All right, we were asking about the fact that a lot of fans in the past have asked and they were hoping to see Rajinikanth again essay the role of a cop, and this is after 25 years that he's doing it. This time around, what were the different things that fans did? Were there any kind of milk abhishekams that had happened, which is generally a ritual that usually happens with every Thalaivar release?
Well, I have to say that there is another transition because, like, after a certain period of movies, Rajinikanth started doing movies with Par Ranjit, who is actually known for realism. And in, like, in Kala and Kabali, the movie, you saw actually Rajinikanth not going for mass fights, but to be a concerned father, a concerned leader. And not just that, in fact, Rajinikanth in the movies Kala and Kabali was shown that he was hurt. But once again, the transition has come back to Rajiniism, where in the movie something like Peta last time, and in Darbar, he's becoming a person larger than life.
Okay.
In fact, even if you could see in these posters, this is actually the entire movie is depicting one person actually punching almost 10 people. That's the actual core of this movie. Once again, that is Rajiniism. He's becoming a bigger cop, bigger superhero cop, and he's trying to fight villains. That's what it's showing. Once again, the interesting fact is that we did speak to a couple of fans, and they made it very clear that there are no politically motivated statements in the movie at all. It's only for Rajinikanth fans. It's they call it as a commercial entertainer. For hardcore Rajini fans, the movie has been shot, so you can't expect any kind of realism like in Kala or Kabali. But the fans claim that this is what they wanted from Rajinikanth because they've always seen him larger than life, and that's the reason they are appreciating it, and they claim that for this Pongal will be a very good Pongal for them.